working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
From the 27, Newton. He'll be taken down. The Jets get him there for the sack. Kyle Lawson, his second sack of the night. So now after the sack, Cam and the Patriots going to look up at a 3rd and long. Back to throw. Newton. And he's going to go down again. Quentin Williams providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. Breaks through the contact. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have an excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now they try the right side here. And down inside the 15 he goes. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
2nd and 5 from the 8. Gonna give this time to the tailback. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted.
Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And this Jet offense starting to run away with this one. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action yet. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and they will extend this big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds. So bad mistake there by the kickers. The ball goes out of bounds. Cam going to bring the Patriots up now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Looking to throw. Newton. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. Eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Patriots get the football back. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. AFC Championship tilt, 3rd quarter play. This is 2nd and 10. And it's Michel once again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. It's such a costly interception. Nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's
touchdown. That's caught at the 2. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Jets get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Now it's Newton. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect.
Please note, we would like to make it very clear, we are totally against the form of discipline described in the articles and accounts being used on minors and non-consenting adults. Although some of these accounts are fictional, and others may be an exaggerated reality, none of them are too far from the truth of what really happened back in those days. If you are enjoying our stories, please do subscribe to this channel. We will be posting many more stories as time goes by. A spanking memory. I can remember, when I was younger, having 2 or possibly 3 spankings in 1 week. I think the first was at the weekend after my parents and brother were visiting my grandparents, who lived in a rather small cottage. The front room was very small and crowded with furniture, so we were supposed to behave quietly. I was messing about crawling under the furniture and I knocked the open flap of a bureau with my head. Unfortunately, there was an open ink bottle on the flap. It spilled everywhere, staining the leather surface of the writing desk. Mum was furious, of course, and shortly afterward we were off home. We didn't live far away, and on the drive home I was told I was going to get a smacked bottom. Back home, I was sent up to my room. Mum came up and told me to take down my trousers and pants and bend over the side of the bed. She sat on the bed next to me and began smacking my bottom. I can't remember how many smacks I got. It went on, and I kept trying to twist out of the way or put my hand in the way, but she said I haven't finished yet and carried on smacking. Later in the week, I must have misbehaved again. I can't now recall what I did wrong. This time, the spanking took place in the bathroom.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a handoff here to his running back. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Again and again.
And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Hand and began to the face of the bayonet.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the Pats are going to get the football back at their own 17. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they ruled it by dropping into coverage.
Quick, in the field, nonsense, or you get spanked immediately, and we don't talk about it anymore. Our choice is quickly made, and my sister and I agree. By learning what we have done, Mom would be furious, especially without knowing the joyful atmosphere of the moment, while our aunts do not seem very dangerous. In addition, it is better to get rid of this spanking right away rather than spending the whole night worrying and even part of the next day before Mom arrives. In addition, spanking is more than formidable. Mom doesn't want to take on this spanking. After a brief advice, she entrusts this heavy task to her youngest daughter, Aunt Lily. She really is a darling aunt, very kind, but for the moment, she doesn't seem to hate her task at all.
and we see Uncle Grand Rene obligingly lend him his slipper. And what a slipper! Huge in my eyes and with a thick leather sole. Aunt Lily tests it by hitting her own thigh 2 or 3 times, barely covered with a light summer dress. It makes a great noise that pleases our girls. The essay seems conclusive, and it looks us straight in the eye. His smile looks nice,
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
In his eyes is not to
From the gun, here's Newton. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Lawson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Experience I had with Mom's hand and slipper when I was a somewhat obnoxious teenager.
2nd and 11 now.
So I had shorts on and I had been out with friends. Unfortunately, I lost track of the time.
Another try after the first down sack. Newton steps away to his pressure too great, and he goes down once more. C.J. Mosley in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you use the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
This story begins with a piece of trash and ends with sustainable aviation.
After the sack,
But this isn't a story about throwing something away.
3rd and long.
Make sure you subscribe.
Operating from the gun, Newton. Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
And he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt
Please note,
trophy.
we would like to make it very clear, we are totally against the form of discipline described in the articles and accounts being used on minors and non-consenting adults. Although some of these accounts are fictional, and others may be an exaggerated reality, none of them are too far from the truth of what really happened back in those days. If you are enjoying our stories, please do subscribe to this channel. We will be posting many more stories as time goes by. During junior high, my 2 best friends' moms still handled misbehavior problems themselves by spanking the offender, whoever it was, on the spot. This meant that both summers I had my bear behind spanked by Jerry's mom, Mrs. Tosper, who had 2 sons and really knew how to tan a better than normal.
My mother often spanked me. For her discharge, I was far from being the least rowdy of children, so I cannot blame her for most of the spankings I have received. If I knew the slaps of the mother's hand on my naked or dress back, I also felt the stinging impacts of her favorite instrument, which was quite simply her slipper. My mother put on her slippers as soon as she came home, and therefore had her weapon of choice at hand. Her slippers were almost all closed mules whose heel was more or less thick, even compensated with rather rigid soles. Thus, she could quickly slip her foot out of her slipper, grab it and flank me vigorous back and forth on the posterior, all in less than 30 seconds. I have many memories where my mother walked towards me, severe mind and mirror in hand, before bending me against her hip, then to strike me a dozen blows on the
factor carrying the football here into the fourth quarter, Charles.
Another big gain on the ground. Big guys working strong up front. A lot of them not just taking care of business at the line of scrimmage, but getting into the line linebacker spots and taking care of the second level as well.
And they're taking advantage of everything right now on the scoreboard with that lead.
To be even more severe. I could click.
Gosh, why don't you...
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Welcome to ours. Trying not to have a yelling shift.
Now flags, and we're going to get a delay game.
In 6th grade.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now they try the right side here. Open space inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still,
Adam, look what I got.
Is that the new iPhone 14 Pro?
Yeah, with this amazing new camera. Smile.
And you got it on Verizon.
iPhone 14 Pro on now. You should get one. Wow, you can hustle.
Get a new iPhone 14 Pro on us. And get it with one unlimited for iPhone. Only on Verizon.
911, what's going on with the emergency?
Right.
Exactly what happened.
And now we...
Did you know what notification was?
Make it to the front.
5?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. See you later. In a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Please note, marrying a doctor, and we were punished in the living room with family friends present, or the spankings received from babysitters. Or twice a week without arousing any lust. I grew up in northern Italy in the 80s. My parents, when we realized it, took a look down at the kitchen floor but managed to... My parents got from my uncle over the kitchen table, a chair after qualms
now
about
after
me
the
seeing them
touchdown,
use
here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. And Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw, Newton. That's caught by Myers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. I got to say, watching in real time, it was off the coast.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks
to
in New York just going to wind up
that we were too old.
the official saw
Smack,
as this
smack,
play will
smack,
stand as
smack,
is.
smack, 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 smack.
On 1st down, it's
Smack,
Newton.
smack, 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 smack.
And the catch made by Johnson.
If you are
They'll
enjoying us,
contain him to
we
just
have a
4.
lovely
2nd down.
ingredient.
You don't see
Care
too many
whether you
guys
like
catching
it or not.
fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
To throw is Newton. To Michelle on the screen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
So hey guys, I'm back with another video. Why? Because I can't.
3rd down.
Yeah.
The Jets are going to use the first
Topic is going to be what type of discipline do you guys go by when it comes to your kids? Like, are you that type of parent that's like, no, time out, we're not going to do this today? Or are you that parent that's like, I know you're not doing that in the grocery store. That's okay, wait till we get home. Are you that parent? Like, how do you guys feel? Like, do you think spanking is, like, off limits?
Right side, Henry's got it. That catch
Now, do you think spanking is considered abuse? Because
3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
The protection up front, very good on that play. Had all night to throw the football, even though he was unsuccessful.
And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Mikel Roby-Coleman. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Epic is more than a digital library. It's books that read to them.
Don't forget sprinkles and candy.
It's finding out how and how far. It's fitting 40,000 books in a backpack and never asking, are we there yet? It's learning anything, anywhere.
Hi, hello everybody. So I decided to do the video that I basically threatened you that I would make. And today's the Enid Blyton spanking video. So I was thinking that I should probably put on something a little bit more period accurate.
Almost feels like something was said this week.
This is better. And I have a thick cloth diaper. Very ready to do this video. So, as a kid, I had a very deep interest in spankings. I would always surround myself with media that I had a feeling would involve spankings, which is how I got onto Enid Blyton in the first place. I mean, I'd read a couple of her books before. I had a couple of them, like The Magic Faraway Tree and The Wishing Chair, which I really, really loved. And then I came across a spanking reference in an Enid Blyton novel, and I thought, well, if she mentions it once, perhaps she mentions it again. I don't know, you guys. You tell me. Does it seem like she mentions it again? Would I have these books with bookmarks in them if she didn't mention it again? I think that Enid has an interest. Well, it could be that she has an interest. Or it could be that being constantly spanked by wizards and that was really common in Enid Blyton's time. Or she's just real into wizards. So, having said that, I don't know how many of these actually involve a wizard, but Enid Blyton likes to write about wizards. In this video, I'm going to rank my top 10 Enid Blyton spanking references. So, in order to do this video, here's what I did. I did a lot of research. So, first I went to my bookshelf, and I pulled out all of the books that I could remember specifically having a spanking scene or alluding to a spanking. I collected all of that information and I wrote it down. Then I took that information that I'd written down and I turned it into a table. So the table is spankings in Enid Blyton novels. So this is the information that I got from each scene. So whether the spanking is an actual spanking, whether a character actually gets spanked and you hear it described, whether it's implied or whether it's threatened. I was thinking that a lot of the references in the books were going to be either implied or threatened because it didn't seem likely that we were going to get actual direct references to spankings happening as the reader is reading. Most of the spankings were actual spankings that are fully described. A couple of them are implied and a couple of them are threatened. Into this list, only 2 that were threatened and 2 that were implied.
I could clearly anticipate these punishments, because she I am a sprightly pensioner who remains active and still enjoys mild spankings from my Edward. I also continue to be fascinated by space exploration, having lived through the exciting exploits of Sputnik, the Apollo missions, the first man on the moon, the International Space Station, Mars exploration, and now the Chinese landing on the dark side of the moon. However, I thought I would comment on the realities of corporal punishment as I have lots of experience, some of which matches the fictional stories made by contributors to the sister fiction websites who consented to me give private at school, but this one teacher further thoughts of finishing school, which I knew would mean yet further sanctions at Christmas time when I went home.